Hello everyone, welcome to Airsoft Depot channel. Today we are going to doing the review of the A&K STW CQB-R rifle. As many of you know, the A&K STW rifle, they are based on the PTW, the system of PTW to design it. As most of the airsoft players, they might be not familiar with the STW because of the whole design of the rifle is completely different. I mean, from basically from the motor, gearbox, and the compression system, and even though coming all the way to the hop-up unit, they are completely whole new different setting. So today I'm going to do basically a little bit review from our A&K STW line. So at least I'll get you most of the player a little bit more info. So just in case in the future you want to change it, get might be a little bit a new system to play with your airsoft game. So here what I'm going to show it to you right now. As you could see in terms of the design, the STW, they are very equivalency like the close enough. Some design like the real AR-15 design. Same thing, they got upper receiver and the lower receiver. But once you take a look at a little bit deep inside the gun, I could separate them upper and lower. The low receiver is consistent. The gear set components, the ECU and the trigger connection mechanism, and also when most of the MOSFET control, it will be within the buffer tube area. And let me talk about a little bit about the trigger connection mechanism and all that. Basically, the STW, they are based on the photo sensor. As probably you could see the two silver palm holding up right here. Those are the photo sensor. The whole purpose of photo sensor is they will doing the counting. Let's say when you squeeze trigger, they will make one cycle and then they will basically stop. And as you could see, I could show it to my audience here. As you could see, this little two tiny hole right there, that will be the point of the photo sensor device. So the difference for the STW versus regular EEG is STW is completely, you don't, well, in a sense you don't need any other like a solid grease. In certain sense you have to use something like a very light silicone oil to make the gun lubricant. And also inside the trigger unit, they have one of those like a super micro connection micro switch. It's allow, basically that's your connection. It's just like any other like a Spectre type of connector switch. So it could make whoever had the gun, they would make a lot more faster reaction. And when we talk about upper receiver is consists of the cylinder compartment. Cylinder compartment basically is very easy to take it out. All you do is just use a charger handle, take it out. Just like the real AR-15, you can take the bolts out very easy. And the whole charger handle, and then the bolt compartment is already completely here. And the beauty part for the STW is you don't need to be like a regular AEG. You take it down the whole gearbox and changing the spring, and then you got to like take out actually like around might be eight to 9 screw from the gearbox. All you do is just take out the upper receiver, and then all you need to do is just changing different compression system. So these compression systems you could buy like a different string, or let's say this one, the one here, the one here we had is already tested. This one is shoot around 407 to 415 feet per second. Then obviously we had some other like one of those like shoot around 350 FPS per second, or some people they want to play like a target game, they could shoot like something at 450 feet per second, etc. So for people who own the STW, this is a beauty part for that. They don't need any spring change. All they do, buy the gun. Might be able to buy two more. One is a high power, the other one is a low power, like a compression system. All they do, take out the upper receiver, and to put it back is once again is very simple. Let me show you that. Put it in. Once you put it in, then put the whole cylinder in, and then you see this little thing coming up right here. Then make sure they match in. They click, and then they're done. And then all you need to do, just put your upper receiver, put it back to your lower receiver. Simple as that. And then there we go. Your gun is good to go and running. So let's power up the STW, and then let's try to make it work. So to take the bust off, that's where all the connection right the bust off. So for when you buy the STW, just make sure there's a couple things you have to concern. For the type of material for the STW, it's almost like a mandatory. You need to get something like high discharge rate because of the type of the ECU and then the photo sensor. They are designed for something like a high discharge rate. Do not use something like a 7.4, like a 30, like one of those 15C to 30C. It will you will guarantee damaging your STW. So here we go. The one that I got one of these like a DIN connector is already modified and so I'm going to show it to you. Connected. Beauty part for the STW, they are very identical like the real firearm. Let's say when your real AR-15, when your magazine is running empty, your bolt release button, it will be coming out like this. Then the gun will not fire. Like I can see. It will not fire. But once you release the bolt, right here, press, it will fire. So pretty much some of the functionality, they are very identical like the real like the real firearm, which is I don't want to use the word like a real firearm because it is airsoft is more like a sport, but it's more like a simulation, like one step before like a firearm. The motor design, they are very different, which you could see the motor plates. They are completely different than regular AEG. So simple as that. Okay, so this is my review for today. So we will see you next time. Okay, bye bye.